It's home to more than 100 beaches with fine golden sands and the quaint azure waters along the Pacific. Welcome to Sydney, Australia. Hey there! If you're new here, welcome to our channel. We focus on traveling around the greatest beaches and top touring destinations around the world. If you have not subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button below to show your support for our channel. Sydney is known for its iconic Opera House, situated in Port Jackson. It is also near the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge. What an interesting sight to see, right? Sydney, the capital of New South Wales, is considered to be one of the largest cities on the continent of Australia, with a land area of more than 4,700 miles. If you're planning your trip to Sydney, worry not, because we will help you with your itinerary plans. Top touring destinations in Sydney consist of beaches where there are plenty of picturesque views with strong wind and clear turquoise waters, and the iconic historical places where visitors mostly spend their time to know more about the history of Sydney. If you love beaches, perhaps it's at the top of your list, right? Now here are the lists of all the beaches that won't disappoint. Shelly Beach is considered to be one of the relatively quiet beaches, and it is also a great spot to watch the seaside sunset. Shelly Beach is the perfect spot for scuba divers and snorkelers. With a depth of 12 meters at most, marine life can be seen from this depth, which would be a great moment for divers and snorkelers. Most marine life that can be seen in the water of Shelly Beach are cuttlefish, sea dragons, wobbegong sharks, and blue grouper, a sight that you rarely see during your visit to other water beaches. When water activities make you hungry, there is a restaurant nearby called the Boathouse Shelly Beach. They offer delicious and affordable food for travelers. But if you brought food with you, then there are picnic benches available for use nearby. If you want to experience one of the most famous beaches in Sydney, brace yourselves. Manly Beach is situated just north of Manly. If you have rented a car, a trip of less than an hour will get you there. However, if not, why not try and travel through a ferry from the Circular Quay? Just for experience, right? The trip from Circular Quay to Manly takes about 30 minutes. Once there, you can visit many establishments like restaurants, shops, bars, and parks. If you are ready to take your water sports activity to the next level, there is a surf school nearby where experts will teach you how to surf. What you love about Manly Beach is that the waves are fairly consistent, and it is perfect for beginners trying to learn the art of surfing. And when you're famished and looking for snacks, Manly's Sea Life Sanctuary is the way to go. You'll enjoy the fresh and newly cooked fish and chips, and a treat of gelato is always nice. If you enjoyed your stay in Manly Beach and want to further extend your stay, I recommend the Manly Pacific Sydney Gallery Collection, which is a 4-star hotel and has an outstanding view of the Pacific Ocean by the infinity pool. You brought your kids with you and don't want to ruin the experience? Quest Manly at your service. It's near the park, so if you want to stroll for a while, you can do so. If you want something more quiet than Shelly Beach, Palm Beach should be the answer. This beach is located in the northernmost part of Sydney. A drive under an hour will get you there. There are different activities that Palm Beach has to offer, from fishing to surfing and relaxing by the beach. Palm Beach has two parts, which are the north and south sides of the beach. The north side consists of great small waves, thus making it good for surfing. And if you are just a beginner in the surfing scene, you should definitely try it. On the other hand, if you're just into fishing and relaxing, there is a wharf nearby where you can cast your line. A lighthouse nearby might be in your interest where you can hike and see the beautiful stretch of Palm Beach. If you have kids, the south side of the beach is a perfect spot for relaxing with kids. The water is calm and it contains a 35-meter ocean pool. Great spot for picnics too. The most famous beach in the central business district of Sydney, Bondi Beach, is known for its wide, sandy beaches and the most crowded beaches of all. But despite the crowds, people are still coming here. Why? Maybe because it is still a beach after all. Seeing the turquoise clear water smashing through the shore, listening to the waves, and the smell of the ocean, it's all you need to clear your head. Perhaps that's why people are still coming here. And just 15 minutes from the CBD, you're at the beach. I would also trade my 15 minutes just to be here. If you're done doing activities on the beach, you should try the popular restaurants and cafes near Bondi Beach to call it a day. Bondi Beach should be your second option if Bondi Beach is too crowded for relaxation. It's significantly smaller than Bondi, but it's less populated during the weekends. The beach has pretty aggressive waves, which you might want to surf. But despite the aggressive waves, you can still swim safely in the free 30-meter saltwater pool at Bronte Baths. Located in Cronulla, Cronulla Beach is one of the best beaches in the south of Sydney. From its long stretch from South Cronulla Beach up to the Boat Harbour Shorebird Study Group, the beach is known for its big break of waves all year round. To stop you from overthinking, surfer lifesaver patrols are also available all year round. Swimmers can still enjoy it despite the big break of waves. After you indulge in the physically demanding water sports, you can enjoy the cafes nearby, where they offer snacks like fish and chips, gelato, and even Lebanese-inspired food. If you forgot your surf or swimming gear, there are shops that sell them nearby. Your vacation in Sydney won't be complete without visiting historical places. One of the most prestigious opera houses ever built and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Opera House. The building process of Sydney Opera House started in 1958 and was opened in 1973. 15 years in the making and is considered to be a masterpiece in architecture during the 20th century. The phenomenal architectural design makes it a wonderful historical place to visit. Its quaint display from afar is vibrant in day and night. There are the places that you should not miss when taking a vacation trip to Sydney. The Rocks are known for their preserved old buildings, sandstone churches, and colonial buildings. In the history of Sydney, it is considered to be the oldest region of the city. In fact, the Rocks almost wiped out its antique buildings, destroying its culture and history. Luckily, citizens stood up and fought for what's right, to save culture and preserve history. Cafes and restaurants can be found on every corner of the Rocks, where some places are quite expensive than others. Quite an experience, I should say. The harbor, opera house, and the bridge are also visible in the Rocks. What a sight to see indeed. Filled with thousands of different plant species, botanic gardens are considered to be the biggest gardens in the southern hemisphere by far. Make sure to have a tour guide with you to learn about the history of the garden. Tour guides are volunteer-driven, no admission fees, but a tour should be approved in advance. The perfect place to view greeneries and the Sydney Opera House in the background. What an experience! If you're famished, there are a handful of restaurants and cafes that you can visit to fill that stomach of yours. The purpose of vacation travel is to relax and get to know the place. Getting to know the place also includes knowing the culture and history. All museums that are available for public viewing are free of admission. It is an inexpensive activity that you can delve into, while expanding your knowledge about the history of Sydney and Australia as a whole. If you're looking for other museums, there is Hyde Park Barracks that is situated just northeast of Archibald Memorial Fountain. The exhibits display colonial life in Sydney, from its early settlers, historical information, and recreations, and artifacts that were found more than 100 years ago. Admission tickets cost $12 Australian. The crowds are quite small, so expect a few people in the museum. If you're keen on checking out other museums as well, here is a list of museums that are worth it to go to. Museum of Sydney for local history. Art Gallery of New South Wales for modern art. The Australian National Maritime Museum. Contemporary Art Australia at the Rocks for contemporary art. White Rabbit Gallery. When you just don't want to indulge in physically demanding activities, you should try walking in coastal areas like Circular Quay. A visit during the weekend might be a bad idea because plenty of times it is crowded. You should try your luck or come here early to enjoy the vibe of the coast. There are plenty of unique cuisine restaurants, fine dining restaurants, and cafes in Circular Quay. If you're planning to visit during the night and eat in a restaurant, do a reservation in your restaurant of choice to avoid long lines, especially during the weekends. Sydney is a great place to stay during your travel leisure, but it is important to take note of the climate and weather. When planning your visit, always check your priorities. If you're looking forward to visiting multiple beaches, a visit during December to February would definitely work for you. Those months are summer in Australia. Temperatures during those months averaged between 18.6 to 25.8 degrees Celsius, while water temperature averaged from 21.9 to 23.7 degrees Celsius. If beaches are not on your itinerary, a visit anytime during any season should not be a problem. But if you hate snow, visit all throughout the year except June to August. Those months are mild winters in the land of Sydney. If you're planning to travel to Sydney, a stay between 7 to 8 days should be enough. Overall, Sydney has plenty of places you can visit and you won't get bored. Unless you've pushed yourself too hard during physically demanding activities, a rest and relaxation is a must to recover. During your recovery period, you could try a handful of leisure restaurants, bars, and even cafes if you have spare time to spend. If the information we provided helped you decide, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button below and click the notification bell to notify you when a new video has been uploaded. I will see you on the next one.